my name is Megan. I am a simulation engineer here at JUMP. I actually went to school to become a mechanical engineer with a biomedical engineering concentration. But now I work here at JUMP, and we get to do a lot of cool things to help patients who are at the hospital or different doctors and students learn how to do their jobs better. So one of the cool things we get to do is we get to help make what we call trainers, which are just different devices that someone who's learning to be a doctor or a nurse or anyone in the healthcare field can use to help practice a skill. And to do that, we use silicones. We have a couple different types of silicone we use. These help us model skin or muscle tissue. They have different properties, so some are softer and some are more firm. So what we have here is two replicas of someone's heart. This one's made out of a little bit softer material, and this one's a little more firm. This heart had a hole between some of the different chambers on the inside. And a surgeon actually got to practice placing a patch to fix how they would fix this heart. So if you can see inside there, you can see that little white patch that was sewn between the chambers of the heart. So in addition to all those other cool things at JUMP, we also do a lot of STEAM work. So we have a couple of fun experiments that you could try yourself at home this fall. So the first one we're going to do is about water. And water is very important to have in your body. I'm sure everyone knows you're supposed to drink a lot of water every day. But what happens if you don't have enough water in your body, right? Because water is important, keeping all your organs healthy and moving different nutrients through your body, providing structure. So for this experiment, what you're going to need, we're going to use a hot dog and baking soda. So you will need a lot of baking soda for this experiment. Probably somewhere between 4 and 6 boxes. So it's pretty simple. First thing, you just need to put your baking soda in an airtight container. Next step, you just have to bury the hot dog in the baking soda. So get it good and buried. You want to make sure it's covered on the bottom and the top. So get it good and buried in the baking soda. And then you want to make sure you get the lid on good and tight because this will get a little bit stinky. So depending on the size of your container, you're gonna have to change the baking soda. So my container's a little small. I can only fit 1 container of baking soda in here. So if your container's about this size, in about 2 days or so, you're going to need to replace the baking soda with fresh baking soda, because you'll see the baking soda is gonna start pulling the water out of the hot dog. So it's gonna get kind of wet and clumpy. And you want to keep the baking soda fresh so it can keep pulling the water out of the hot dog. If you have a larger container that can hold 2 or 3 containers of baking soda, you probably won't have to change it. So you're gonna wanna let this sit for about a week. And then after a week, you can take it out and see how the hot dog has changed. So when you look at this hot dog that's been sitting in the baking soda, you can see it's a little smaller than the original hot dog, which if you compare it to a fresh one, you can really see that it's starting to shrivel up and shrink. The color has also changed pretty significantly. It's a lot darker. And if you squeeze it, the hot dog that's been sitting is definitely firmer than the fresh hot dog. And you can start to see also this hot dog is starting to get a little wrinkly, which it will continue to get more wrinkly the longer it sits in the baking soda. And then you can also bury it back in the baking soda again and wait another week and then see how it changes even more. So what you learn from this experiment is how when something loses water, the cells lose some of their support and structure, so they'll kind of collapse. So just like this hot dog shriveled up, that is what happens to your cells when they don't have enough water to provide them the support that they need. In addition, water is also very important for helping you to regulate your body temperature. Thank you for doing this experiment. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more experiments like this, go to the JUMP Simulation website. Bye.